I'm Nico. Welcome to my channel. I just uploaded my first video yesterday and it has not really gotten any views yet. So, being 24 makes me in my mid 20s. And with that has come so many things to think about. Like at this point in life, like what have I accomplished? And I would say like quite a lot. Just in this year alone, like in 2024, I've renovated my kitchen. I've developed a very good connection with my partner, which would not have been anything I would be able to do unless I had spent my time into psychiatry like I did. Meaning like I put the work in when I was there. My therapist said to me that she had never seen someone with the cards stacked against them like mine accomplish that much in such a short amount of time. I tackled so many issues that I had. It was just one thing after another. So I used to be too empathetic to people. I could feel people's emotions way more than the average person, and it was too much at times, and I had to find a way to dial that down, and I've done that, and I'm very proud of that. It meant I was able to cut ties with people that were just toxic and no good for me actually. Like I even cut ties with my own mother, which left me with no parents to turn to. My father got locked up when I was just a toddler, and I haven't seen him since. And I'm 24 now. So what could a kid possibly do whose parents were no good? I will say my 20s had a very rough start. I had to bury people that had become my family at that point. So, going in a direction without any support other than my siblings, I chose to drop out of uni to focus on my mental health, which I'm very glad I did. That was a very difficult decision to make, but it was absolutely the right one. For the first, I want to say 8 months, I attempted to work one time, and it did not go as it had previously. I simply had to accept that the current state that I was in at the time was just not enough for me to be able to work full time. I turned to flipping stuff, which I had done much of my childhood. I would always be buying and selling stuff just to, like, let's say I wanted something. I already knew it would not be a possibility unless I made it happen myself. Like I had no help in in so many areas of my life that I had to pick up so many skill sets along the way. One of them being me just being very resourceful. And I think that resourcefulness has led me to be able to change every single year in ways that I want to. I can look back on this year and think, wow, I renovated an entire kitchen, ripped everything out, and it's not like I had any experience doing that. We're talking all the way down to just the bare skeleton. I ripped 4 layers of flooring off because the people before me renovating that kitchen had just, instead of like removing the old one, they just laid another layer, which meant I got to the actual skeleton when I decided to do it. I decided I wanted to do it right. I wanted to learn along the way. And every single day I was working in the kitchen, something would come up, like a problem I would have to solve. And just continually doing that every single day was something that I could translate to so many other areas of my life. It has led me to be able to be very. It has led me to be able to trust myself in the process of doing something that I have absolutely no experience in. For example, this, like, who would upload another video the day after they've uploaded a video that got no views? Like, who would do that? But that's what I do. Like, I'll do the work even if no one sees it. If it's something that is just for me, I find it, I wouldn't say easy, but I would find it the right way to do it. Like, even if I compare myself talking in comparison to my last video, I've gained more confidence speaking already. And I'm so glad. Like that has been great, you know. Because I the way I see it is, it might not be something now, but it's something that I can work on, I can improve on, and people can see that progression as I progress, which is kind of interesting putting yourself out there, and that has been the theme of this entire year. Like, even my partner, I would not have been able to pursue this relationship if I had not done the time in the psychiatry I needed. And actually, funny story about that. She complimented me on a day where everything had just gone wrong, and what I told her was just, look, I can't talk to you today. I will be back. Which it seems counterintuitive, but it's also a very important thing to realize when you're able to put in the energy necessary for what you want to do, right? At the time, I was going through psychosis. I was just like, actually that day I'd just gotten prescribed new medicine um that was supposed to help me, which it actually did. I'm quite surprised that I was lucky enough to find a medication that would help me with periods of derealization. I still suffer from that, um, and it's something that I have to be very aware of because it impacts my daily life a lot. And I will say, in the recent couple of months, I've gotten really good at accepting myself for where I'm at and what has led me here, the decisions I made that were very difficult for me to take. And I just want to say I'm really grateful for where I've gotten. Yeah, so being 24 now, I can't wait to achieve more, to work even harder than I have. I needed a lot of rest after my period in the psychiatry, and it just so happened I only just finished my time in the psychiatry as I began my semester in uni. And with that is obviously a very different way of everyday life. The worries I had before have been replaced by something different. And so I have to put myself in a position where I can handle it the way I should. And I just can't mess around anymore like I used to be able to. I'm so good at speaking in a way that gets me out of situations, but I think the next year will be the year where I don't have to do that anymore. Anyways, this is just a me speaking from my heart video, and I hope you can relate in some way. I know I'll probably repeat myself a lot during these types of videos, and I think it's important for me to learn how to be more concise, more precise, more direct, which is a good thing, right? Realizing where you need to change and where you need to put in effort to get where you need to be able to do what you want is a very necessary and important skill set. So I hope you develop that as well. I really do want to go in depth of my time in the psychiatry, and not to toot my own horn or anything, but I think in the group I was in group therapy, I was definitely the one that put in the most amount of work to change. I wasn't just sitting there, like, I was like actively engaged, and that makes a lot of difference. You just have to show up, and that is so simple. Just showing up leads you to be able to succeed, I would say. It's gonna be interesting listening back to this video because I feel like I have way more conviction in my voice than the last one, and I'm so glad I have. I feel like words flow off my tongue way better. Obviously, my pronunciation is not the greatest right now, but I've been practicing by reading a Harry Potter book out loud, which seems silly, but it really helps to get me in the mood I need to be able to make these videos. And I think the only way I can be able to make these at the current time, I hope this changes, it's just by sheer force of will. They're so fun to make, and I'm so glad I chose to pick up this as a thing to do. Anyways, I've rambled for like 15 minutes at this point. I'll cut this down. Hopefully, you can resonate with it. Anyways, it's been Nico. Thank you for listening, and thank you for watching my video. There will be way more to come. I'm having way too much fun doing this, and I'm just excited to be part of this small commentary revival community as it is at this current time.